feeling so small. Watch the clock ticking off the wall. But tonight I'm letting it go. Spend my coin for sure. I'm gonna be myself, or I could be someone else. No one's stopping me now.
Hi everyone, welcome. If you are new here, welcome to my channel. And if you're my previous subscriber, welcome back. I'm so happy to have you. For today's video, we're going to be talking about who will be the next presidential nominee on both the Democratic Party and the Republican Party in the 2024 presidential election. The reason why we're covering this is that I find it very interesting. However, what we're going to do is we're going to do the style a little bit differently than we're normally used to. So what we're going to do is I'm going to read on the candidates and who they are, the energy, the personality, what they're going to be campaigning, what their style is like. And you, as the viewer, can comment at the end of this video in the live chat who you think this candidate is. I'm not going to specify and make it a few names, but I kind of just want to read on the energy, the aura, right? We're not going to know who the candidate is until probably about a year away from the election itself. So we really won't know. So we're going to kind of just read on. It could be Hillary Clinton, could be Donald Trump, could be Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Stacey Abrams, John Ossoff. We don't know. We have a few bunch of names, and it'll be a very long video if I went through each and every single one of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to narrow it. And the first person that pops in your head is probably who it's going to be. All right? So let's take a look at that. We're going to be using our own homemade tarot deck that I created with my spirit guides. We'll be using that today. Merry Christmas to all of you and Happy New Year for whenever you are watching this. This is being countdown to Christmas. It is the 22nd, and we have 2 more days until Christmas in case you have not been paying attention to the calendar. Other than that, let's jump into it. If you are new here, as always, everything will be timestamped in the description below for you, and you can just jump ahead. Now, quickly before we do begin, I do have a very funny story. Hi, Sarah. What's up, love? I do have a very funny story that happened today, so just kind of hold your seat. It's just funny. Okay, it happened to me earlier today. Yesterday, I was having Pizza Hut, right? And I would definitely say, without a doubt, that pizza, they always say the motto is nobody out the pizza, I guess, for something like that. And so I had their ranch, but little did I know that ranch was not refrigerated. And so you can imagine what followed the next day. I wake up covered in chocolate. Sorry, it was so fun. It was very traumatizing when it first happened because I didn't know what was going on. But then I realized what was going on, but it's funny now at the story. But I just wanted to make your day, so in case that means your day, yeah. But anyway, let's jump into it. Not going to waste your time. Quickly before we do begin, this is being live streamed on December 22nd, 2021 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, here are some quick disclaimers on your screen. Keep in mind it's just for entertainment purposes only and for education purposes only as well. And yeah, that's it. So let's jump into it. I'm not going to waste any more time, I promise. All right. So Spirit Saying, so tell us who this candidate is. So let's look at the Republican side first, because we don't really know who the candidate is. So let's take a look there first. So Spirit Sayings will tell me, can you give me a description of who it will be, the person who will be on the top ticket for President of the United States for the Republican Party? We're not asking for names, we're asking for personality, the aura, the energy, what their style is like, their campaigning style. Who are they? Can you tell us, Spirit Angels? Who are these people? Who will be on the main ticket? What's their energies like? Okay. Interesting enough. And there's so many cards that they all just slide right off. Hi, Diva. Welcome back, love. Haven't seen you in a while. Okay, so interesting. So what we have here is actually... Okay, so we're asking about the Republican Party ticket, right? Which is funny enough because we talked about this before. If you have not watched my previous video from yesterday, I highly recommend you go watch it. And we have the minimum wage, but on the sideways here, we have Industrial Revolution. We talked about the manufacturing industry. Right, and on the back of it, we have impeachment trial. So what's sideways here, it tells me here that this president or this candidate has been impeached at least once. Right now, this could be Bill Clinton, it could be Donald Trump, it could be a few people, of course. We have here as well, this person in the past had tried to run for third party, right? We also have here the Reform Party, right? And the society will tell me better choice in reverse. It says your voice is heard. So the first time was a fluke in his mind, but the second time he will hear your voice. It will be a male. I do sense it's going to be a male here. The person have ran for third party at least once. Okay, particularly on the Reform Party. Could be a libertarian as well. We have here, he was a former Democrat as well, that he had made the Democrats win in the past. Okay, he had claimed voter fraud, right? So I think this candidate, particularly here, might be very well Donald Trump in 2024. It looks as if that is what's happening. We'll also have here as well is that if this candidate were to win, it will be less than what he does say it was Donald Trump. The candidate will win less by than what he would have won in 2016, right? But he would have did better than he did in 2020, right? So we have here the electoral college margin will be between 269 to 298. So it had one electoral vote from being off and can be as high as 298 electoral votes. So he's obviously doing worse than he did last time. However, if Donald Trump was to run, hypothetically, or this candidate was to win and become the Republican nominee, we have here that Texas will be a major swing state, and it will be the one that will decide the presidential election of 2024, right? And so Texas potentially could end up going red, or this candidate particularly could be someone like Ted Cruz from the state of Texas in a heavily Republican district that has been trounced in something very similar to the way Donald Trump has. Right, we also have here as well, we have the news media. It says breaking news divide the nation, right? Fake news and stuff like that. And then, of course, as well, voting rights. So voting rights would be a major issue here as well, is that it depends on voting rights and whether or not people will be able to have their voice heard correctly. So that's what I'm setting for the Republican Party's ticket. Now you can make up your own mind who you think this may be, but it looks as of right now, it looks like it's Donald Trump. With the current energy, then the way the cards look in terms of energy-wise, aura, campaign style, it looks like it's Donald Trump, but I could very well be wrong. But the energy there could always be correct. The cards are never wrong. It's just the interpreter who may be misinterpreting it. Hi, Doris. Welcome, love. So now let's take a look at the Democratic Party side. Yesterday, I saw a woman. So let's see if that holds true today. No, before when I was reading way early, month way before this month, I was always seeing Joe Biden winning re-election. But let's just kind of see if there's a male here. Or Joe Biden might come up as a female in terms of his feminine energy might be stronger than his masculine. Okay, so Spirit Angel, tell me about the 2024 presidential nominee for the Democratic Party in 2024. What do we need to know? Who is this person? Can you show us the aura, the campaign style, what they like to do, what the style is, who they are? Okay, so they told me to take the tab. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Huh. Alright, so this candidate will do just as worse as in 2020. So if this was the Joe Biden, for example, this candidate or Kamala Harris, they would do worse than they did in 2020 in terms of electoral vote margin. So this election will be a lot closer. It'll be just as close since 2004. Yeah, it'll be just as close, if not close, as 2000. So kind of like that's what it's coming up as. We have here trouble ahead. This candidate is going to face a lot of trouble. Particularly, it kind of feels like Joe Biden. If this is Joe Biden, it feels like this candidate is going to have a lot of issues and a lot of problems and challenges that they need to overcome to show their experience and a level of understanding who they are innately as a person, as a being, and to show that they have enough experience and desire to drive the country out of trouble, so to speak. But we have here this person was in a primary challenge. And what I'm sensing here that there's about 3 people, right? There's about Andrew Yang. I did get the energy of Andrew Yang, so someone like Andrew Yang. I do get here that it's not Kamala Harris, but Ocasio-Cortez. So I feel like this candidate, this Democrat, will be in a primary challenge. So potentially this might not be Joe Biden, but instead could be Kamala Harris, who's in a primary challenge with 3 other particular people who have more of a leftist, more humanitarian approach than the moderate Democrats, so to speak, or the corporate Democrats is the best way to put it. So that's what I'm sensing here. We have here a lot of foreign interference. So during this election, this candidate may be tied to a foreign country in some way or some form. We have here Britain, Iran, Russia, China. I'm getting a poll towards Poland for some reason. So Poland might be a major factor here. I don't know why. Maybe this person might just not be interfering or pulling the string with another country. They just might be carrying the characteristic of these type of countries like Poland. They might have Polish in their blood or nationality. We have here minimum wage here. So I do feel like the energy of like the minimum wage, the working class is going to have a lot of stay here, particularly when it comes to the Democratic candidate, picking the candidates. So I don't feel like it's going to be Kamala or Biden. It could very well be that they step back for some reason, and that's what it's feeling here. It could be that maybe Kamala Harris changes her style up and starts to, go in a different direction than what she did in 2020 and might look like a flip-flopper. That's what I'm sensing here. We do have here the founding fathers. So this person is going to embody the founding fathers, something, the core principles of what it means to be an American. So that's what this person's going to be. It's going to be talking about the days in America when things were, quote unquote, simple or more understanding, more about democracy. So this candidate is going to be talking and campaigning on the idea of restoring democracy within the United States. We have the Republican lean Congress. So this person is not in Congress or in office at the moment. So it feels like this person may not even have any experience whatsoever, but this person might also have for boss, like a lot of bad scandalous like negative things that they said in the past that might hurt their campaign. Or they might have had issues or policies like anti-gay marriage in 2008. So that might turn a lot of people off compared to where they're saying they're pro-marriage now for gay people, right? So it kind of feels like in some way that there's some sort of negative press around what this person believes or says in the past. We have here the Electoral College margin. We have here this card came up for when we were talking about the Republican nominee. We have here 269 to 298 electoral votes. We also have here as well as 285 to 299 electoral votes, which is interesting because they're only a point difference here, but this is more specific. So really, they could lose by 1 point, or they could win by as high as 299. Joe Biden won in 2020 with 306, and so did Donald Trump in 2016. So it feels like no matter what, it already appears that the 2024 presidential election is going to be a lot closer, and basically almost feels like the Democratic Party is going to have in some way their own version or their own clone playing at Donald Trump's game. So if it's Donald Trump, you can guarantee that they're going to try to play like Donald Trump or give or emasculate some of his energy to kind of push off some of the strength that Donald Trump has. And so that's what it feels like. It feels like in some way that there's almost like an admirer who's almost like copying Donald Trump in some way or some form. That's what I'm sensing here for the Democratic Party. It might either be a really good thing or it might be a really bad thing, and it might turn a lot of people off when it comes to voting in the Electoral College and people in voting in general. Thank you all so much, Vandal. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you as well, love. All right, so if you guys have not already, don't forget to go into my website and in the comment section below or in the description of this video. And not only can you find my Facebook group where you guys can join. You don't have to sign anything up. You just click join and you can talk with other people who have like-minded minds like you, or as well, I will update you constantly when I am live with links and different things, different content. You get free personal readings on there as well. So if that's something you would like or be interested in, I highly recommend it. If not, I'll see you guys in the next video. I love you. Have a very beautiful night and Merry Christmas to all of you watching. Okay, guys, it is time. I am locking off, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.